Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. You know, I've tried to like the taillights on the new Tacoma. This is a 2023 Tacoma TRD Off-Road, by the way, and it has these taillights. Now, they have a chrome element, a huge chrome element, of course, and I'm not a big fan of chrome, and also when you look in them, it's like they're encased in plastic. I don't know how well, yeah, you can see this. I mean, I just don't dig that. So, it's time for me to change them, and I do have the smoke tail lights that I actually have had on a couple other Tacomas. So I thought the smoke lights on this new electric line, well, new for me, it's been out on the Pro prior to this year, but I thought they would look really great on this truck because I think the electric lime color with the elimination of chrome looks really good. In other words, more of a blacked out kind of feature, if you will, as the main accent for the truck. So we're going to go ahead and pop those off, and I'm also curious to see if they actually are LEDs. You know, they have LEDs on the front of this truck, and I had thought originally that it was LEDs in the rear lights as well, but I'm thinking not. I think I can see some bulbs in there. So we're gonna pop these off and see if they are LEDs, I think not, and then put these new smoke tail lights on. Okay, to do this, it's pretty simple. We're gonna run through this real quick. You've got a bunch of bolts down here. The second bolt down, and then the last bolt on the bottom are what releases these taillights. Now, when you pull them off, you have to be careful because there are little inserts where these nubs plug into, if you will, on the truck. You want to make sure that they don't fall out. I know the camera keeps going blurry when I put my hand in front of it. I need to quit doing that. But you want to be sure that when you pull them out, that these nubs have the inserts to go into on the truck. So just have a look and make sure that they don't pop out along with the original head or tail lights. It takes a 10mm socket to pull off the screws or the bolts, whatever you want to call them. Pretty simple to do. And they are not in there very tightly, I'll tell you that. It doesn't take much, which means when you put them back on, make sure you do not over tighten them. All right, to pull the light off itself, it kind of pulls out a little like so, and then you just put a little force on it and pull it out. We'll see how much force it actually takes. Not too much. And those inserts that I mentioned, one did come off. I'll show you that in a minute. We're going to go ahead, just twist the plugs here to pull these out, and this is where we'll find out if indeed they are LEDs or just bulbs. And if you've seen already, they are just bulbs. Very disappointing. Now, the nub I'm talking about, if you look on this one, you can see there is the black nub right there in the corner, right up here. That's the nub you want to make sure you take off so that it's inside so that you can plug in the new tail light. Now, as far as LEDs or not, you may have seen already, obviously these are not LEDs, they are just regular bulbs. Very disappointing. So, to put the new light on, all we have to do is take out the bulbs, and then the wires plug in to the actual receiver, if you will, or the bulb where the bulb would go in the lights, and that's it. So we'll do that next. Very simple to do. That is a big honking bulb. Look how big that bulb is. And then you want to plug in your new light. This is where it would help to have an extra hand. Now, I don't remember if these are directional, so we'll have to test them after we have them plugged in to see. Because if they are directional, then obviously we'll have to switch them the other way. I don't think they are, but they might be. Just like that, that's it. So So now I'm going to test them and see if, make sure the light actually works. We'll see if I have them plugged in the right way. I did the test, and just a little tip for you. Those plugs are directional. The reverse light did not work when I tested it first. I pulled the plug, switched it around, and now it works just fine. So always good to test, make sure before you finish and put the whole thing back together that you have it the right way. Before I can put it back in, I did leave out a step. On the existing lights, the OEMs, you have these clips. These are what the screws screw into. So you have to take these off and put them on your new lights. So I need to do that before I can go ahead and put them back on. Real quick, just to show you how to get these off, just a small flathead screwdriver, kind of pry up a little bit right on the top edge, and then they should, in theory, pull straight out of there. You might have to finagle this little piece in the center as well, just to kind of lift it up. You don't want to put too much on these pressure-wise, because of course you do not want to bend them out too far and damage them so they don't stay on. So you just kind of pry a little bit until you get them to go ahead and pop out of there just like that, and then just go ahead and slip them over the existing, or rather the new lights. And there you have it. It's just that easy. Remember, don't over tighten. Now we'll do the other side. Okay, that's it, all done. Got the taillights on. It looks pretty good. I dig it. I love the way it looks with the smoke taillights, especially on this color. I think it looks even better than I anticipated it would. This is a very simple mod. Of course, I've done it on other trucks before, but just a little refresher, how easy it is to change the taillights on your Toyota Tacoma. The biggest thing is you have to make sure that you have the plug right so that the polarity is correct. The first time I tested them, the passenger side didn't work properly. I had to turn the plugs, that's it. So if you get new lights and they don't work, don't panic, just go change the switch around, flip it the other way, and you should be fine. Anyway, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Ever put these on yours before? I'd be curious to know. Also, real quick, I do have 2 additional channels. Mod Driven, all about the Honda Civic, and RobMotive JT, all about the Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? And while you're at it, smash the subscribe button here too. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.